Regional Wastewater Meeting, June 3rd, 2026 to order. Penny, would you call the roll?
Present.
Ray,
Present.
Josh,
Present.
Joe, present, Bill,
Present.
Ron.
Here.
All right, first order of business is minutes from meeting May 6th of 2026. Did everybody get a chance to look at them?
Somebody's microphone is off.
Sorry.
Ridiculous.
There we go. No, he seen my red light wasn't on, and I wasn't echoing in the corner. Minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at them?
I move to approve.
Second.
I've got a first and second. Any changes, additions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Approved. Mr. Pete, for the last time, as your tenure, would you please?
Are we sure?
Don't forget that 120,000.
All right, account. Okay. Let's see. Account balances as of May 29th, 2026. Cash operating balance, $420,000. Hadn't changed. And since Ray's had hair, I was informed about about a minute and a half ago. Improvement fund balance, $2,799,913.61. We did receive $9,411 from the Daleville TIF transfer and the Indiana Bond Bank transfer of $18,755.55. There are currently 5 CDs with various maturity dates, each with $300,000. The claims are totaling $260,000.12, or $260,12.54. I would move to approve the claims.
Second.
I have a first and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Approved. Old business, nothing there. New business, Commonwealth meetings and CAMAC.
We were at the end of the MAC project. They have met that do not exceed amount that we gave them for the inspection of the CAMAC job, and we just got the last invoice on that. So for the monthly meetings and the as needed to finish up the inspection and ending engineering for the inlining there in CAMAC, it's $19,888.42. So I'd make a
Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a first and second. Any
Yeah.
further discussion?
So we had a not to exceed
Yes.
price, and
That's
this has just gone over. But this
No,
is the end of the
this
bill,
is
or
the end
this
of
is the final bill.
This is the final, yeah.
And they did not go over.
They did not go over.
No.
Well, way to go, Thomas.
I've got a first and second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Approved.
We have a quotes for a lift station replacement pump at the Glen lift station there in Westbrook. Strafer is $6,669. BBC $6,450. When we looked at repair costs, we didn't get actual quotes, but both of them said it's going to be more than told us it's going to be more than the new one with the warranty. For $200 difference, I'd actually recommend the more expensive one. It's going to be a direct replacement to what's in there. If we go with BBC, it's going to be a different brand of pump, and it's not going to be as easy to get it in. So my recommendation would be we go with the Strafer.
I would make the motion to approve the Strafer.
Second. I've got a first and second discussion. Jason, do we want to get into the conversation that we had earlier on this?
Yeah, so you guys will see it further down on accounts that need closed out. We have a Bank of New York construction account for the 2020 A and B bonds. There's $5,867.31 plus interest. We need to decide if we're going to close those out, move them over to cash operating. We got 2 accounts that we're not going to be pulling out of. Then there's the Rorton Indiana Bond Bank account as well, $61,000 for $541.88 plus the interest that we're getting monthly on that. So the Bank of New York construction account. So when we redid the bonds for the Westbrook project, and the Rorton Indiana Bond Bank's what's remaining after the project's been closed out. So we did purchase, new pumps, did some lift station rehab with some of the remaining funds that was out there. But for all purposes, the Rorton bond and they're both closed out, so we need direction whether we're just gonna refund that money back to the bond bank, take it off the total lump sum, or if we're gonna deposit into cash operating or improvement fund, and see how you guys want to proceed there. I think what Bill was talking about though was the Rorton construction account. We have 5,000. I mean, the Bank of New York construction account was tied to the SRF bond, and that fell under the Westbrook job. So if we wanted to take that 5,867.31 and put it towards the Glen pump, it'd be easy enough to do with it being tied directly to that project.
When's the final payment for that 2020 bond?
Got it right there in the back.
It is $2020A is going to be 54. 2020B is 39.
I'm just gonna say I
Yeah.
don't think it's worth putting another pump in that project that's gonna pay until 54 when we're probably gonna have to replace it again, and we're gonna be paying for that pump plus another one. And I understand it's cash that's there and it's available, but we're doing all right cash wise. So I'm of the opinion that both of those amounts should be moved back to those programs and taken off the amount that we need to repay. I think that's better for the ratepayers and everything else. And I know they're small amounts, so somebody could easily make the argument that small amount really isn't going to have that big of effect on the ratepayers either. So I get either side of it, but when you're talking about a pump that has a 10-year life, and we're talking about bonds that are going to go for another 20
years.
some odd years.
Okay.
So I'm inclined to say that my motion to approve would be to utilize current cash on hand out of our current budget. So
Second.
Okay, we've got a first and a second on the Strafer pump 6669. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Okay, now let's go right back down to the same conversation. Pete, would you like to put that?
Yeah, I'll put it in a motion. I think those need to be returned to the appropriate programs, and I mean, and unless and I'll put that with a caveat: if we have a capital project or a capital cost that is worthwhile. So I thought pouring cement around the lift stations, which is going to have that long time useful life. If we have more of that, I'm completely open to.
I think,
and not that I'm going to have a say in it, but I think that's when it makes sense to utilize those funds. Utilizing it for something, be it a vehicle, be it a piece of equipment that's going to wear out in the next 5 to 10, even 15 years. I just struggle with saying that that's the kind of thing that we should expend those funds on.
I agree.
one of the things when me and Bill spoke about this was for the 61,451, and we're making the argument the other way too. The only thing I could think of offhand that's kind of met that requirement, that mindset of it's going to outlast that bond, because we did talk about doing steel H frames on all the lift stations. So if we want to get with Jennifer and look at that and maybe keep that bond on hand until we come up with something next meeting, then we can see what that looks like.
Yeah, I certainly think that's a worthwhile investment, right? Again, you're talking about something that's going to go actually in the system, and it is going to be there for the long term and everything else. And I know it's great interest rate. I get both sides of it. I'm just, I'm against utilizing long-term funds to be like buying a house and putting your car on there, in my opinion.
Right.
So,
Well, I guess the suggestion would be then that we just leave this tabled and put it on the agenda for next meeting. And between this meeting and next meeting, can you get us a list of possible expenditures that could go out for the board to review and be prepared to discuss at our next meeting? whether
Yeah.
we move forward or whether we return the money and pay down the bond and move forward. We don't need to carry it in an open account. We need to do
Right.
something one way or
Yep.
the other.
I'll get with Jennifer too on the direction of what that looks like if we go the other way with it too and do return it all back.
I would like to move like $1 into the cash
Yes.
operating
You
balance.
just want to get rid of that
He
four
wants to
hundred
leave
and
with a
twenty
mark.
thousand
You know,
dollars, don't
not
you?
to hear you anymore, I'll just dig in my pocket and get $1 out. Please put that on that account.
I
Lord
thought
have
we would
mercy.
Do that next meeting.
Yeah. We're changing it to the Pete Fund.
All right, we will table the accounts to close until next meeting. Do I need a motion? I need a motion to table the,
So moved.
Second.
I got a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. She's tabled. All right, Jason.
Collections update. I know Monday when I sent you guys out the list that were on the disconnect, we were sitting at 3,555.34 as of today. That number's down to 1,895.61 for the entire system that's on the disconnect list. So the only one on that have actually been called in for locates so far is the Delaware area. I'm set with about 3 accounts on that, and the Rorickton area haven't been called in yet, so that number always goes down once locates get called in as well. We had six new tap permits for the Rorickton area in Country Village Section T. One new one in Delville at the end of last week. So 7 new accounts going on the books, and also with that report that went out Monday, you guys could see that we had quite a bit more overtime in the last month, mainly because we had some holidays scheduled in there, but also because of that rain. Just short of 5.6 inches of rain in May. We had some high water calls, of course, but no overflow events that were reported, so we're doing well there. Last month we had spoke about the revolving CDs. So we went the month prior and kind of explained how we fell into the 4-month CD. We went back this month, 3-month CD. It was ended up being the best. Was it 3, right? 5. No, 5. So we jumped ahead. So if it's good with the board, I say we just kind of go in the direction that we see fit and what's going to give us the best rate.
I thought in the last meeting, the board gave you approval to do that, adjust as the interest rates
Yeah.
adjusted on which bonds were best suited for us.
Yeah, and I told you guys I'd come back with some comments, but they're just jumping all around. So kind of see where they fall when they end up maturity, and if we see some, maybe they hop into a schedule again, then we kind of look at that again. But right now they're just all over the place.
Worst case scenario, you get to where you're not happy, you just
Yeah,
catch the CD, put it in the account, then bring it to the board, and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
I
they
do
were-
appreciate the update. Though.
Yeah,
I do too.
Really like to know that.
We're staying, I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen the last one, was it 157?
yeah, 134.
I mean, since we put this program together, this board's
151,
done a pretty good job of
133.
managing the money.
So, but yeah, they weren't even offering a better rate for large caps. Normal rates were even better than the original, so it's just kind of a whirlwind.
Okay.
But that is all I have.
Gotcha. Danielle, it's your turn.
We are still waiting on an update from MSD in response to our addendum. This week we did have some deadlines, and I think actually next week was supposed to be arbitration. So they have agreed to extend those deadlines. So hopefully we'll be seeing something soon. Still waiting on an update from Lawson's. We did get the information on the Berry property over on Riggin, so that easement has been drafted. We're gonna get that sent to the Berries, and then that'll come before you guys, hopefully next month. We'll have that signed off on for you guys to approve that easement, and we'll get that recorded.
Can you explain to all of us why all these delays with MSD? This is just going on way too long. And we keep coming to doing what our end is and everything. And
We sent a proposal to their council. In the meantime, we have a scheduling order that the arbitrators set at the beginning, when they get appointed, and we've had those deadlines coming up. I have concern that we're duplicating the processes because we're still paying essentially for the arbitration process so far because we've had to engage, we've had statuses, we now have had to engage Crow. Jennifer's had to put together a report no more than 15 pages long because we can't miss our deadlines with them. We had to do discovery this month, which took an extraordinary amount of time to go through years worth of communication over this. So in the background, I had asked earlier if we could move all of these dates out. MSD was not interested in that. And then this last week, when the new expert deadline came around, they asked if we could move the dates out. So I cannot tell you why we don't have a draft back from them yet in response to ours because I haven't received really an update as to why, but
Why, I'm just trying to figure out what's the justification in this dragging out? I don't think it's us, from what I understand, that,
no, we sent our
Yeah.
proposal, I think even before the last meeting. So
Yes.
they had it before the last meeting. When I asked if there was a reason we didn't have it, the response I got was, they still approved the amount that we agreed upon in their board meeting. So, I take that to mean that the indication is they're still moving forward. They just are, I don't know if there's delay with their expert.
is this costing us more money with this delay?
Yes, because
That's
we're
what
having to
that's
go
what I
through
don't
the
like when
arbitration
it's not
process.
us. I mean, with the
We're preparing
delays.
for two different things right now, and we don't know which way it's gonna go, so yes, it's costing us more money.
You're gonna get.
That's not fair to our ratepayers, because we're
Correct.
getting caught up in,
You're gonna get a decent bill from Jennifer probably for the report she just had to prepare.
I think it's unacceptable for this to be lasting like this.
What are our
I
options?
could- Well, and that's where I was getting, could we put a timeline on this and say, either we have an answer, or let's just go to arbitration and get this over with? We have to be able to get our rate. I don't want to go there, but
That essentially already is on the plate because we have deadlines already set. So the next step would be, in that fashion, would be those deadlines roll around again. If we don't have a response, we don't agree to a joint motion to extend them anymore. We just do the arbitration date. I don't think that's beneficial to anyone, which is less unfortunate. So technically that is in the background. I guess the fail safe is there. Our arbitration is there. I don't have a better answer for you. I'm sorry.
questions,
I'm
concerns?
sorry, it's not your fault.
I mean, so we just gotta wait to hear from them until the arbitration date comes up. If we haven't heard from them, then we're going to arbitration.
I suppose we have to. I would think we'd be getting something fairly soon.
What do you think the bill would be for arbitration?
What was that, right?
What do you think the bill would be for arbitration for us?
A lot more than probably you're expecting. Just our initial, we've received one or two.
We've got 2 months worth. We didn't receive one this past month, have we?
No,
It's probably coming though because
actually, I'm thinking we've gotten 3, because we've gotten from 2 different groups.
We got, 2 from one and the first
2
one.
from one and.
everyone on the panels got their own practice, right? So
Yes.
I have it set up to where they now go directly to Penny. Do you remember how much?
First one was like 6,000,
Yeah.
next one was like 13.
Yeah.
And that's
we
just for
probably paid-
scheduling.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything yet other than add a status and set dates. It's
How-
very expensive.
I guess the question is to go back, how, and I know what she was saying, how do we push this one way or the other and stop this?
Faceless
In the
Chewing of
MSD
money.
board
Yeah.
meeting,
Okay, how are we gonna do this? Because this has gotta stop, one way or the other.
Talk as the public has to be put on the agenda.
I think that's a good suggestion. I mean, well, because they don't really talk about it in their public meetings that I have seen. Have you guys seen it in,
That's two right now. Not since we sent the addendum.
but we discuss it in ours, so to, I mean, trying to figure out, but they don't make any of it, any discussion, and we're allowed to talk about it, aren't we? I suppose, because we've been doing it.
When is the next MSD meeting?
They meet twice a month.
On Wednesday at 11:30, I think.
Wednesday at 11:30?
Don't, you need to go to the page and look for sure,
I
but
will double check, but
Last one was the 27th. So
Next one's the 27th,
no, last one was May 27th.
so this one's, then this one will be when, June, 2
2
weeks,
10th.
June 10th, next Wednesday? Danielle, can you make application to MSD for a spot on their agenda for us? Is there somebody else that wants to go with me to this meeting and help?
I know.
I mean, you know, don't we?
As of 6:10, you'll still be on the board,
I'm
bro.
aware.
You'll still be on the board.
I may need to change my resignation.
No, Aaron made it quite clear she can't come on till the 15th, so you're here.
I can go.
I bet she did.
I can go to support, but not to talk. I will be more than happy to join some.
you've got a committee for MSD. If anyone, it makes sense to me that.
That would be me, Joe, and Ray. Right?
I'm just saying that that
Yeah.
group has been in all of the
Engaged.
meetings.
You can
and
go.
Are you available to go?
I'll make myself available.
And
This
you
needs
can-
to come
and
to
you
the
can
end.
speak with us.
That's fine. It just
Speak
need,
for
it just
us.
needs
I
to
mean,
come.
unless
We just
we're-
need to get this thing to the table and done.
I'll make a request to get on the agenda.
Yes, I'm wide open on the 10th. I've got one early morning, but I can do it.
I never paid
Dan?
attention.
We'll look at,
No.
but you can definitely be there, Ray. If you can, I know you have, if you can, I appreciate it. If
Just to
not,
be
me
right
and Joe will
around
handle
then,
it.
so.
Okay. Gotcha.
And if you need, I can stop down.
Stop down there,
If you need
okay.
me, so if Ray, you just let me know.
11:30.
It is 11:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's, anything else on MSD? I want to go back to the other one, Watson's. Is it just the right of way? Is there anything that are we just waiting on the attorney to get that back and them two to come to an understanding on what crossed that path that he didn't know? Where are we standing?
The issue is between the Richies and Lawson's, not us.
Okay, understood.
I believe they are working through something to then give us the proposal to.
Then approve it.
So that is the extent of what I know.
Okay.
It's not us, they're working through their issue and then.
But you believe they're making progress?
I believe so.
I know you don't know if you're not in the conversation, but I just, if they're, we've heard
I
about
know
it.
their communicating.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, we'll shift gears. Miss Ashley, welcome back.
You didn't
Good to have you
bring
back.
anybody with you.
No,
She's
she's with
cute
her
as a button.
dad.
Cute as a button.
She is.
I'll bring her to the office though.
Yeah.
There you go.
So one thing I noticed when looking at the Google Maps that I thought was good is the website gets more clicks than phone calls. So that's always a positive. That's one thing we were hoping for. For the emails, Aaron did mention that you wanted the reason for the unsubscribe. So we did include those. So it looks like one person said no longer interested. That could be maybe they, don't live in the area anymore or something. 3 just said unspecified. So we don't really know why they don't want to receive the emails. And then one person said spam. So as long as we're not seeing people unsubscribe for spam, we're good. If there's so many that do hit spam, then our account can get flagged. We had several different website changes and updates. Then we're adding today or tomorrow that they'll be closed for Juneteenth. So if there's any other updates or anything else you guys need or would like to see, please let me know.
Anybody got any questions for Ashley? No, I thought it was very good. Numbers look good.
Okay.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Thank you.
Committee reports, there's none. Commonwealth, do you have anything for us today?
Yep. Pete, did you want me to talk about the committee?
Probably,
You want me to go first before that? We didn't have it
Jump.
on anything on the agenda, but
You didn't have anything there, go ahead.
we'd sent out that draft of that long-term planning document and to the board. Kind of said in that email, if you guys get an opportunity, review it, give us some feedback. I think the next thing is Bill kind of talked about us sitting down with Commonwealth and getting them to wrap their head around it as well, to conquer some of the expansion ideas and turning that into something else. But then I think the committee and Pete's end all goal is to get this approved, so it gives me a working document to move forward with.
I just think my conversation was just after that, is looking at areas that we need to explore based on the infrastructure we currently have in place, and what would be the best move. Doesn't mean that we'll do it, but where are the areas that we should be concentrating our efforts at right now? And that has to go with what we're doing, economic development, everybody else, where the subdivisions are going up, where do we need to spend our money at wisely?
Yeah, I would say, and this is not an argument, I think that is the intent of the document. It tells you that that's what you should be doing. So I don't know if it needs to be part of, or that's the directive that comes out of the document.
I think I was looking for something. That document stands on its own. This was something separate from that document that as a board we would discuss. Because even though you say you list out 10 of them, 2, 4, and 5 may not be
right.
Maybe 10 years out. What we need to concentrate is on the other ones.
Correct.
And as a board, we need to look at that and focus in on those areas and make sure we're going in the right direction as a group.
So if we get something, give us some feedback, get your guys' eyes on it, then I know then have a more presentable document that we're probably gonna give it to Ashley to have her Ashleyfy it, and that way we can get it approved and get it posted online and give us something that we can all work off of together.
So everybody please take a look at it. Shoot
Yes.
your comments over if you have any. Be prepared for the next meeting on it.
It's buried in there that former members get paid like $100 a month for
Yeah,
life.
it's buried it's buried so far in there you'll never find it.
Well, that's the reason you should read it.
Read the fine print.
Trust me. Okay, Mr. Bart Thomas.
As you remember, we submitted the Westdale project to the state for ranking on their project priority list. We got the draft ranking came out on Monday. Out of the, do some quick math, about 115 collection or clean water is what they call them, sewer projects in the state. Your project was ranked 26th.
Yes.
The fundable range, which is where you really want to be, is the first 10. So don't take that. There's a lot of these they don't close in time. The first thing that the state comes in and says, what quarter can you close in? And most of them aren't through design yet, so they won't be able to close. So we could see ourselves moving that fundable range. The larger part of the SRF was really to get access to the Senator Young money. So we're still waiting on that, but good news. I mean, we're on the first page, so that's a good place to be. Bill, as well that the Senator Young, as long as we can get Congress to pass the budget, we have a good chance of getting some money there as well.
Very good chance.
That's the update that we have. So good news, we're on the first page. Not fundable range, but on the first page, so that's a good place.
No. That gives us two good shots at that project of getting this over the line and getting that completed and getting rid of that treatment plant.
It really does, because if everything works through with Senator Young's office, that leaves about $1 million short of the project, and I believe that we already have some commitments that would.
We did. We made some
really
I made some
$1
phone
million.
call commitments on that. If that happens, that almost $4 million comes out. We between the school and I think DCRC, we will find a way to close that gap to get this done.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody got any questions for Thomas?
Or has this been shared with Westville? Are we gonna?
As far as Senator Young? Or
No,
the S?
the-
No,
Sorry.
so what we'll do is this is the draft list.
Okay.
The first quarter PPL will come out in second week of July. So we have 10 days to and Rob and his team are looking at our we requested scorecard from the state. We can see why they gave us the score that they gave us, and then we can make ask
Adjustments.
if we can make critiques to some of those numbers. For instance, the one that jumped off the page to us was need for a project, and we actually scored rather low on that need for project. So the angle we're going to take with the state is, so why do you hate kids and you want them to drink raw sewage out of the well water? So we'll see how far that gets us. But if it's nothing else, it is what it is. We're in a good spot, so you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, but you do kind of want to ask the questions. This is why we're at where we're at. See if we can move up a couple points.
Any questions?
What was the difference in like the top 10?
You guys scored a 74. Fundable range is 80. 6 points. But there's also, you got to leap 15 spots that make up, that's the balance in between those, make up those points.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we can, take a good look at it.
115 total, 26, not a bad spot to be.
No.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. That's not a bad. And like
No,
you
and-
said,
and
a lot of those top 26, they're not ready. Like you said, they're not ready to
No,
go to construction.
and
They're going to look for projects that's ready to spend money now.
And like I said, we've got that. It's I don't want to say it's a commitment. It's more of a handshake commitment from Senator Young's office that they're going to go after the full grant amount of our project, and that's through. I believe their appropriations committee hasn't been passed out of yet, so we don't know what that'll get trimmed down to. But I don't know if we had high expectation of getting grant dollars from the state. But even at that alone, which, if everything works out, we might not need their loan. So we'll see where that kind of lands and let the cards fall how they may.
Those other ones that are on the list, are they like comparable areas to what Delaware County is?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sewer districts ahead of you. One of those is a school regionalization as well. I'd be interested in talking to them why that school, and maybe there's more work that's being done. Just quickly looking at it. Yeah, I don't know why that it's regionalizing with the town as well. So I don't know why that one scored significantly higher. But Rob and his team will work through those.
Just curious.
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, some are, some aren't. The wastewater side of the world, it's weird once you get in there because you kind of really have to dance the balance of not drawing too much attention to yourself, but also drawing enough that the state will say, "Yeah, give us some money, give us some money." But also, you don't want the state coming in and saying, "Why do you need all this money?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why? It's
Twofold.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yep.
All right, that brings me to the end of the agenda. Any board member have any business that needs to be brought before us today? Seeing none, anybody from the public like to speak? So shaking your head down already. No. Aaron, I don't mean to put you on the spot. If you'd like to stand up, those that don't know, this is Aaron Hurley from Yorktown. She will be taking Pete's place as of June 15th and be your next member on our board.
She'll do a great job.
Yeah, we had a good meeting the other day in the office, her and Chase. I think we brought her up to speed with a little bit, and you see her today. So please welcome her aboard and help her out with any questions she may have. Thank you. Seeing that, it's brought me to the end, and I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a first and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are closed. Adjourned.